Hello. I kind of forgot about my own series, so I forgot to do a January in review in January, but here we are. January was a doozy. I did a lot happened in January, and I guess the biggest one is I came back home. Came off from my little break after Christmas and Vlogtide, and I'm now here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Cornwall. It's not the happiest. I love Cornwall and I miss being there. However, being essentially the only queer in the village, very difficult. Obviously there's more queers in Cornwall, but Christmas at home when you're queer and nobody else is very, very difficult. And yeah, it was difficult, and I promised, oh yeah, let's do some Cornwall vlogs, it'll be fun, I'll take you out places, and yeah, no, that did not happen. There was a lot. It was not the best time. There was family drama, as there is always going to be at Christmas, especially with my family. So yeah, I didn't have the best time. And I will not be going back for Christmas again. I'll go again, I will go again, but just not for Christmas, because I essentially got banned from Christmas and my birthday, so what was the point? And then because the weather was not great and it was very, very cold, I couldn't like go out and like do things like I wanted to do. Normally it's not a problem, but it was just too much, so didn't get to go and do anything either, so I just kind of sat inside, played Animal Crossing in a different place, and got tattooed a lot, which is never a bad thing. Saving grace, really. And I guess that leads nicely on to things I bought last month. So obviously tattoos. I talked about it in my last video that I got tattooed a lot. I'll put a link up here to that, you can see them a bit more, because I can't lift my thing up really high enough to show you that one. But I can show you my tummy. Here's my tummy. Tiptoes. There he is. There is the new one, that's Bob. We've seen Bob before. There's the rest of it if you've not seen it, but that's the new one. That one was a gift from my dad, who kindly paid for it as a birthday present. And that's very exciting. Technically I bought it, but he paid for it. And I also got some other cool things. So for Christmas I got brain training for my Switch, and then this month in January I treated myself to Subnautica. I've started playing Subnautica. I cannot play it for very long because it gives me motion sickness. It's really embarrassing, but it's really fun, and it means I'm not just glued to it all day, every day. I have to play it in moderation, but that's been fun. And I also bought myself a milk frother. So if you watched all of my stories on Instagram over Vlogtide where I did my coffee advent calendar, I have now upgraded my setup to be even better. And I've got little shakers that I put chocolate dust in and make little designs on the top. My mornings are elite now. I enjoy waking up because the first thing on my mind is what coffee am I going to make, so that's a lot of fun. New Year's goals. What are my New Year's goals? Well, I made a video about my New Year's goals up here. I haven't made a lot of progress with them, I'm not gonna lie, but the book I'm reading this month is The Cry of the Owl, and I'm this far through it. This week I'm gonna finish it because this last 2 weeks has been incredibly busy, genuinely have not had time to read, so I want to finish the book. It's so good. I've not even finished it and I'm obsessed. I picked this because, well, not even because, I picked this by going like this, shutting my eyes and doing this, and then landing on a book. This was a good choice. Fate led me to this, and it's very, very good. I read the back and I was like, yeah, this is a good one. It's about stalking and it's just weird and great, and I have no idea where it's going, which is always a bonus. Another of my New Year's goals was to get better, learn more British Sign Language, and this is shameful for me to be saying, but I have enrolled in an online VSL 1 and 2 course, which objectively good because I get to continue learning. Sadly, not run by a deaf person, which you absolutely should. But it's a condition of my job centre thing. I have to do courses, and if I have to do courses I might as well at least do some that benefit me because they're paying, and I cannot afford deaf run BSL courses at the moment because they charge correctly. I just don't have the money. It's not accessible to me, but hopefully it can be good enough for now. Another one of my New Year's goals was to get a passport, and some of the documents that I need for that have just arrived, so onwards, I guess. We are making progress with that one. I also wanted to improve on my fitness, so I don't even know what day I started this. I was just like, just start, do the thing. I've lost a lot of my upper body strength because I used to use my wheelchair so much more, and now I haven't used it in at least 6 months, which is like objectively good, but also this is my next week's video. There were benefits to me using it which I'm now no longer getting because I'm not using it. That being, my upper body strength has completely gone. I used to be one of those, what is this lighting? I used to be one of those people that could like just do push-ups, like at least 10. I tried to the other day, I got to like 4 and it was so hard. So I need to work on that, but also doing the push-ups, I really hurt myself and it's been about a week and everything still really hurts. And I also wanted to get back on my bike, and not only have I got a flat tyre, the inner tube is completely gone, the gears no longer really work. And I've tried to book it in for like a servicing, and they've yet to get back to me because I think they only answer the phone and not emails. And deaf, so we'll just wait for that, I guess. But fingers crossed, steps can be taken to fix my body. And yeah, my arms are not, we're not good. I've hurt myself all across here from like minimal push-ups. Over Vlogtide, I slipped in, I mentioned some blood tests for being tested for a wide range of things because my body has decided that sugar is the enemy, and anything remotely sweet just makes me feel super unwell, like not even funny. So they were testing me for diabetes and they were testing me for celiac. I am neither of those things, which is good, but I do have a pretty bad vitamin B12 deficiency, which, like, are we shocked? Absolutely not. So I get to go for injections to improve my B12 because I was supplementing and it wasn't going in. So yeah, I get to do that later today, that's fun. So I will update that in a future video, but that's, if you were wondering whether I'm diabetic or celiac after I made that one throwaway comment, I'm not. We're all good. But I have some other stuff going on, which is just easily fixable for once, I think. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, it was the 23andMe video. I was reading through the traits and it was like higher risk of celiac, higher risk of diabetes, and I was like, oh. On that note as well, I've been doing my family tree. I wanted to find out how we got to Ireland. I found Ireland and it's like 3 generations back hits Ireland, and then the further you go the more Irish I seem to get. Well, the more Irish everybody seems to get. Some of them were easy to figure out, like O'Connor. Some of them were not easy to figure out. But we got there. We figured that part out. And I've been connecting with living cousins, which is really fun. It turns out we have a lot of queer folk in my family, and a lot of non-binary folk, and a lot of just gay folk. It's great. We're a really rainbow family and we had no idea. It's great. I'm very happy about that. On the 23andMe app, they show you like predicted degrees of separation, so most people were guessed at like 4th cousin. So that means we share a set of great grandparents, and because I am really curious to find out who is who, I found out who all 32 of my great-great-great-grandparents are, and it was not easy. Really was not easy, but I did it. And no, I'm not going to tell you who they are. That's for me to know, and my 1,500 distant cousins. But yeah, we're just trying to find links and see how I'm related to different people, and it could be a generation up and it could be a generation down. Who really knows? But it's really fun putting this little piece together. It's like a little puzzle. I like it. It's fun. And that's kind of it. That's all I can remember because I've had a really hectic end of January, so my brain doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to end this video here. I hope that's been an update enough for you. My tattoo on my leg still has not healed enough for me to show you, unfortunately. It's just taking its time. But there will be a tattoo tour, because that was in my New Year's goals, because I've wanted to film it for about 2 years now. I still want to film it, and it's going to happen. Just need them to be healed first, because I don't want to show a scabby tattoo. So, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month.